Hello gamers and welcome back to Europa Universalis. There's no interruption in the series, but I did have a little interruption because I recorded a lot of Menace. So the interruption was with the recording. We slowed down. Okay, we are paying interest. We need to get rid of our loans still. Also, we did build quite a few counting houses towards the end. We are in the process of reformation. I'll have to ask them for money. We do need more favors. Okay. Interesting. This will increase the favors that Poland will owe us by 0.48 each month, while increasing the favors we owe them by 0.39. That's very interesting. Is that new? Or did I just not see it, that it's kind of like a mutual thing? They don't like us. We have a lot of non-integrated provinces still. Unfortunately, Lithuania ate quite a bit into Novgorod. So we need to address that. This is entirely blocked though. So they can't go north from here. That's good. Yeah, they're still unhappy. I can't help it now. No one is interested to marry her. Let's take a quick look at our debt. Current loans. We've got 2 loans. And they're both quite substantial, actually. Cabinet seats increasing will be very good, so we can have one more integrating action. We're building a university in Söderala as well. Okay, we get quite some Orthodox rebels. We might have to address that with our new cabinet member. He's actually Catholic, but he's converting to Protestantism, or Lutheranism, rather. We have some devastated locations over here. Lithuania even owns these provinces. We need to do something about that eventually. And we will need to fight Denmark. I think that's like a main thing. How powerful are they actually? What are their alliances? Some subjects. They are at war with France right now. It's actually a very tempting situation. But we're in the middle of 3 supply cards. Good. We're in the middle of converting. Let me take a quick look at what we should maybe get in form of RGOs. Still like a nice overview for RGOs. I mean, here we can get like a building overview. What is most profitable, which is a really nice overview, to be honest. Sort by the total amount of buildings, profit and name. Cards display. Colonial buildings. Where could we build them? Nowhere really, it seems. Cultural buildings, art school, library. Seems we can't, yeah, we can't build more libraries, so that's good, which means, because it means we've built all we can. Basic industry. Weapons industry, consumer goods. Foreign buildings display. The Hanseatic contours in Novgorod, Reval, and Visby. They gain maritime presence. That's unfortunate. I could destroy it, but I guess they wouldn't like it. Here we've got these state buildings. That's actually a good overview as well. We can see if we can destroy something, but we can't. Could also show buildings which can be built at least in one location. Automate, I don't want to do that. Let's go for the list display. Sort by money. Why is that marked? There are no burghers employed in Novgorod. Holy crap, that's a massive situation we have here. I think they are moving. But why did it display that we can get? Can build so much when we actually can't. We have 0 gunsmiths allegedly. Yeah, this is not our place. I mean, we do have some gunsmiths here, right? Maybe it's maxed out. Is that the reason? Let's take a look at Nyköping. Gunsmith. No, it's not maxed out. It's just not profitable at all. Let's check the Jeweler's Guild where it could be built. Hebe would benefit from it quite a bit. And there are enough peasants as well. So let's build one in Hebe actually. Died. It actually doesn't bring that much. Okay, here it does. Jeweler's Guild. But I mean, like, stacking the buildings actually is also quite good, but we could do with more jewelry, I think, anyway. So let's queue that. And I do want to check out for RGLs that we can potentially build livestock maxed out. And we could put lumber here. We don't have that many peasants, though. It would be quite profitable, though. So let's build one. Maxed out. There's hardly any population here, unfortunately. But the profit per level is huge. Yeah, let's build it. Okay, we can get more wheat. Let's do it. Fish is still not profitable, I guess. Yeah, not really. It's just more like for food. Copper is quite profitable. They do like people. Some are available, so let's build. What did I build here? I did build a market village. Okay, exceptional year. Benefit the kingdom for stability. We hardly have any stability. We can get a lot of coin. I think I want to get the stability. Okay, and I think that they need a forest village to give them some food production. What about sand? Do we need sand? Not really. Can get more. It's a bit profitable at least. Here we are converting. Everywhere here we could build something quite profitable. Good. Wool. Sturdy grains. Livestock, how profitable would that be? Decent-ish. Oh, I can't afford it. Let's speed things up a bit. And then build it. We need to increase our income. Yeah, we could get stone, but it's not really worth it. I think this symbol is new, right? Let's get another patch. I think it's new. The Reforma Amico Agricola. The Reformation has set Europe ablaze. Theologians in every university and every church have no other topic but to comment on the work of Martin Luther. In our own territory, in the institution of Abo, a group of reformers emerged, spearheaded by Mico Agricola. He is preaching of the corruption of Catholicism and of the dire need of reform not only in Sweden but in the Catholic Church, with or without the support of the entire church. This gives us a preacher building. Yeah, here we go. That's what I want. AI is building a protected harbor, which has just finished. Ooh, what's happening here? We have some attrition here in the northern Baltic. That should be fine. These barks, I think I did check that out. They just are not quite large enough to get a lasting presence, I think. Give a lasting presence. Okay, this dude died. We need another dude here. Just 1 second. Let's keep paused and first get a new guy. Appoint a character. Let's see what we've got. He would be suitable. Rule careful train. Antagonism received is reduced. But there's progress to decentralization. I don't like that. So, nobleman. He's from our family. He's not much worse than these guys, so let's use Birga. A bit costly, but we need to do it. Boys turn hungrily towards Scaneland and Gotland, claiming these rich lands would give us strategic control of trade in the Baltic Sea and secure our vulnerable southern border, to say nothing of asserting our power. Perhaps the time has come for us to break the yoke of Danish dominance and take back what rightfully should be Sweden's. Ooh, this is actually a very interesting event. Upon his ascension to the Swedish throne, Gustav Vasa was faced with a seemingly endless list of discouraging tasks. The country was in massive debt to the Hansa, who threatened to side with Denmark in its attempts to restore the Union. The nobles were untrustworthy, and the army and navy were in shambles. Worst of all, however, was the unbalanced distribution of land. The crown lands were too small to provide the vital taxes needed to support the state. The king proved up to the challenge, and with unpopular reductions and obsessive micromanagement, he got the country back on its feet. In his early reign, Gustav also sought to gain the Skane countries and Gotland from Denmark. With the Hansa's help, he was unsuccessful, yet the claim had been staked. Reform and claim our lands. To centralization, good. Claims on Malmö's casus belli. But they lose opinion. I think we can just integrate them, I think. But that would cost us prestige. And this gives us more better modifiers. Could we theoretically integrate them already? Start annexation, we could. It would last 18 years. But let's reform and claim our lands. Some unhappiness isn't too bad. They still like us well enough. But, waging war against them, we can take a quick look. Well, we can't even declare because they are our own subject. I guess historically this became Denmark, and in our game Denmark just didn't succeed here. Lots of stuff is being stalled. I'd really like to get the cabinet seats, and then we need the coin. Shall I maybe get institution growth first? Let us quickly check. Where is it again? Member leaving Union. Sweden, Norway, and this? What the hell is this? Kravla. Not even sure where that is. But we are quite a few points ahead, so we don't need power projection first. So I think we're gonna go. I would like to be able to, change the order here quickly. Okay, let's do it like this. And we can queue it. Promote institutions will become very interesting, I think. We will soon be able to get this. We have now researched early administration capacity. Fantastic. Let's appoint a cabinet member. No, let's appoint a task first. And I think we need to rebel crackdown. The Orthodox zealots. It will only slow them down, though. I think it needs to be done. And who's gonna do it? Do we have like any like really good? I would like to be able to sort them by allegiance. Now that would be cool. Can we choose something here? Character filter. Yeah, we can actually filter it here. Look at that. This is actually really smart. So I want to go for crown. This is our only crown guy, so I want to get him. We have to wait one tick. Also, what I would like to do is like as trades is to go for the best average. He's like a really interesting character, but this is just a ruler trait, and he's not the ruler if I pick him. It's a church dude, but I think, yeah, let's actually get him. What's his faith? He's Lutheran. Okay, let's actually get him, not the crown guy, because he's just too good, I think, to pass up. On. And now actually, because of his skill, we are reducing the level rebels. Okay. Let's take a quick look at what we are building. Where was I building the road? Gravel road to Youngby. Where's Young? Ah, yeah, to here. Okay, that's good. There's currently 21. This will go up quite a bit. Cooperative investment has been incorporated. Nice. Livonia has presented us with a claim. Livonia have presented what they claim as perfectly legitimate claims on province casus belli on us. But which one? Potentially this, maybe? I don't know. I don't think they will attack us, I hope. I think I want to build on the Navy. More barks. Main building block of the Navy. Let's just build one here. Carefully, because we need coin. And I did want to take a look at the situation here. Livestock. Yeah, let's do it. Fiber crops. That's actually pretty damn good. Lumber. Also good. But we need to wait a bit. We do get lots of Lutheran preachers. The riches of the pastors. The pastors have long been one of the foremost pillars of the Kingdom of Sweden. Okay, so they've actually been renamed. Its members providing not only spiritual guidance, but also serving as administrators, judges, and diplomats for the benefit of our Queen. In return for these great services, many donations have been made over the years, both by the state and by others. To the pastors. These gifts have, over the centuries, made them quite rich and influential. Times grow dire, however, and the state has to cover an increasing number of expenses. Suggestions that perhaps the pastors might make a voluntary contribution have not been favorably received. But that's actually... they're not that super happy, and the equilibrium is 50%. No, let's not take their money. 20% is a lot. And let's actually take a look at the privileges. Max literacy, pop conversion speed, and monthly progress to communalism. This is something we could revoke for like 28. Yeah, Removing here is much more expensive. I think because the aristocracy is more powerful. Down here it's quite cheap. Is there anything I really don't want? This reduces the noble estate's satisfaction equilibrium, but it allows laborers and peasants to migrate. I do want that. And we can't remove it anyway. Represented in parliament. Hunting permits. Communal lands. This is actually doing a lot for decentralization. I will actually want to reduce that. Because I think I do want centralization, right? So decentralization, more satisfaction, more loyalty to subjects, less counter-espionage. Here we get more crown power, less proximity costs, and loyalty of subject is reduced and increased counter-espionage. But I think we wait a little bit because we currently have all those new people working for us. Not working for us, but subjects. Battle leadership law. Yeah, I still haven't decided. I mean, this gives us military tactics, which I think is pretty cool. Ruler general also pretty cool, but we can't afford anything anyway, so let's just keep it. Let's take a look at the Reformation. 1926. Lutheran preachers active, one Calvinist preacher active. Starting date 1st of August 1512. We are in the minority. Let's take a look at the, where is it, the religion. Religions, country. Religions, locations. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. And here we are at 70%. Where's Viboxland? Over there. Okay. because I didn't want to lose that. This is going to be really important. Yeah, we need to get the regions a bit under control, the provinces, the most important ones at least. Truce will end in 37. That's when we're going to attack again, I think. It's almost integrated. Here we could get lumber. What's the village we've got? It's a market village. We could add a forest village for food, but it doesn't bring coin really. Livestock. Legumes. We don't really have that yet. Let's build that. It's also close to the front. Clay. It's not very profitable right now. Medicaments, not really worth it. Maybe one. We have it. Okay, wild game. They are running out of people there. Maybe something like Protected Harbor or something. We've got that here already. Let's build one more granary. Employment is only 50, that's fine. Control over here is abysmal everywhere. It's a bit okay here. And here. There are enough people, so let's build that. And in Raumo, get some more horses. Controversial protectionist. Since our advisors started influencing the trade developments in Sweden, internal trade has been strengthened at the cost of curtailed imports and increased state regulation. While the advisors' decision to improve infrastructure have been appreciated, recent suggestions have caused many influential people to question their philosophy. Detractors argue that the Queen is taking the advisors' advice too readily, and what we should look for mutually beneficial deals with other nations rather than seeking to dominate every area of trade. Their methods have helped us so far. We would lose some legitimacy, but we gain also, or we lose prestige, which we don't gain that much. So let's rather lose legitimacy. This actually just got a little bit cheaper. We need 250 gold to start it. I would start here first anyway. Oh, that's impossible. Okay. So maybe this one. This is not connected, so this one would be the next. 250. We're not building much at the moment. I think we need to maybe take a look at Stockholm again. And see what we maybe can do for the benefit of our people. The Lazzaretto is quite expensive, but the disease resistance goes up by 25%. But it's really, really expensive, but we are going to need it eventually. Let's build. The Treaty of Chinda. Let's build a Jewelers Guild. We don't have a protected harbor yet. it does require some. It reduces naval attrition, increases capacity, and the harbor capacity in turn is good for proximity and trade calculations. So let's. I don't like queuing, but I might forget building it. So we can queue it. Coastal fort also good for presence, attrition, hostile disembark time modifier. Could be worthwhile. Some attrition, they are getting repaired. I think it was high time to start reducing the Orthodox zealots. Maybe I should go for the Catholic zealots first. They're more like in my core territory. What once were whispers of gossip in the court has now manifested in a direct confession of him. He seems to no longer be able to proclaim his faith in the one true God. Our artist. He's Lutheran, right? Converts. Oh, well, maybe not that much longer. Do we want to be humanists? Not really. We should advise him to leave the country? No. Let's keep him. It's just the artist. I think once we are like at 76%, I will change them somewhere else. Let's check out the towns where we can still build stuff. Okay, food is always important, so let's start with this. Theater for cultural tradition and unrest reduction. I'm not sure we really need that. Even though could be helpful. Abwedinge, they still have a lot of people available. Ist das Kalmar? Coastal fort could be interesting in this location. Let's go for another granary. We are very close to the front. And let's also go for a weaponsmith afterwards. Okay. We're not building too much, I think. Actually, we're not building enough. Yeah, we should kind of connect these a bit more. No one wants to marry her. And this is really not really profitable for us right now. I'm not going to give the territory away. I think this would be an option to give away. And this, but this is bordering, so this is actually like blocking everything in the east of. I actually want to keep it under my thumb, I think. Also Novgorod being like this massive city with 77,791 people. Institution growth has been researched. In Stockholm we do have less people actually. Support for dissidents abroad. They would like it, it would be super expensive. What a waste of coin, I'm sorry for that. Also cost us prestige. Apparently it can't go below 0. That's good to know. What once were whispers of gossip in the court is now manifested in a direct confession of her. It's just a courtier. She's not even a relative. Well, she's our ruler's daughter. Let's have her choose her confession. More horses. More lumber. They do have the sawmill already. The Tankill uses a lot of wood, so let's maybe build another one. Hew that already. Let's also build a market village. Oh, this will buff this quite a bit. Charismatic Patriot Preacher in South Kola. South Kola is a region full of small Lutheran churches that all reject the idea of a centralized dogmatic church. Charismatic Preacher has gained prominence here, and while his sermons bind the communities here together, they also keep the people determined to retain their autonomy from the church of their old homeland. Integration is reduced. We don't gain coin, but their influence, the integration is reduced less. I mean, there are so many people here. This could be a good town, to be honest. Can pay off some debt. Let's check out what we should build, maybe. Hospital. Theater, counting house. Maybe. Here we can go for more wool for sure. Let's have the cloth maker, the rural cloth maker, we can increase that. Not yet, it's not beneficial enough. With the spread of popular literacy, a great number of cheap minor publications, pamphlets, chapbooks, and similar have begun to circulate in greater numbers. While many of them are just popular ballads, stories, or gossip, some are thinly veiled attempts at criticizing the pillars of our state. Let's rather lose the legitimacy, I think. I want the research to be of high standard still. Where exactly is he converting? Over here, right? We are getting built a naval supplies guild and a bog iron smelter. Could be worse. For sure, so that's not bad. So too much progress in this episode. But a little bit at least. They need a sawmill. Then let's already queue one of these. Now we can afford the institution, but that doesn't matter. This road has been finished. I wonder if I should just connect this. $100 coin. I'm not sure how it changes the proximity cost. I think this would be a really good information. So when you do this, and yeah, proximity cost minus 20%, but still, how is proximity calculated? Let me quickly check if I can see that from the proximity capital. Yeah, we can actually see the flow. Sweden have broken off the alliance. Oh no. I didn't actively do that. So there's actually already a road. So connecting this might not really help. Well, this is here connect. Yeah, I don't think it would help that much. Better education. She is inclined to nothing. Let's give her military education. The ship is still not finished, or what? We build it to this fleet. We need to build one to this one as well, I think. And how many troops can we carry? 3,725. If we were to raise levies. Now this is also information I would like to see. What's like the biggest levy count we've got? So I think the Hulk was the one with the best troop carrying capacities. So we're going to build one here. Where's it cheap anywhere? Build one here. How much would the early carrick be? I think we can potentially soon build something better than the early carrick. Spy network. Upgrade paved road. That could be interesting. Promote institutions. Logistics distance. Also nice. How far an army can trace for food source. Let's do that. Supply limit is, I think, how much I can carry, right? Of all locations we own. That's actually cool. The flagship is a cargo ship. There's so much stuff I would like to build. It currently really is taking time, and I think we will go for paved roads afterwards. Kind of mixing up more economic and political and military stuff. Books output increased obviously would be helpful as well, because it means coin. But we're going to continue in the next episode. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Until then, bye for now.